What's that? Okay, so I watched Tales from the Hood and I really liked it actually. Okay, I don't remember having ever watched it in the past, and the things that I want to just get off my chest right from the beginning are Clarence William III was like amazing in this movie. You know what I mean? I don't know if that also has to do with the trauma that he's also induced, at least in me, from his portrayal as the kid's father in Purple Rain. You know, I'm pretty sure that adds to it. But like his face, oh my gosh, I loved it. Loved it. So good. He's just so expressive. You know what I mean? I fucking loved it. And David Alan Grier is this like piece of shit father or stepfather, you know? So good. He was really good. Like, I really didn't like him. And that was pretty short amount of screen time for him. And I disliked him a lot. But yeah, let me just get into them, each one. So the first one is called Rogue Cop Revelation. The first story, the first like real tale, right? And you know what? What do you expect from a film called Tales from the Hood? Like, yeah, you're gonna have some supernatural stuff going on, which is just great. But on top of that, there's all this physical, unfair business going on. Because if you're from the hood, that's just, you're not scared of ghosts and shit, right? You're scared of like real people and guns and real physical things. You know what I mean? So this one was pretty crazy. They're all pretty crazy, so I'm sure I'll say that for all of them. But this one I thought was a pretty strong start. Some guy just, you know, descending into madness, hearing the voice of this man that was killed unjustly and who was needed in the community, you know, who was doing good. And for those cops to like piss on his grave, dude, yes. It was a satisfying tale of revenge. You know what I mean? A little kooky, you know, but it was good. And I liked it. Because I like that stuff. Yeah. Okay, and the second one was Boys Do Get Bruised. Okay, I love the introduction to this one, okay? When they're talking about like perception, and I just loved it. I just thought it was so good. I love the whole fucking thing, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I was very into it. Except like one of them. I'll explain that a little bit later. But yeah, Boys Do Get Bruised. Okay, this one was fucking sad. You know? I think whenever it involves a kid, it has like the sad aspect to it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, like I said, David Alan Grier in this one was a monster. Just terrible. Just fucking hated him. You know what I mean? So applause to him. But I think it's like a very cool way to like express to you how like parents or guardians can literally be monsters, especially to children who have like imaginations and stuff. You know what I mean? Who don't know how to put certain things into words yet, or just can't. So yeah, I mean, very good, awesome, amazing, cool. Just fucking every fucking synonym for an adjective for like it was good. I really liked it, and I'm very glad that I watched it. And for like the little kid to realize like, if I have the power to make him a monster, I can also have the power to destroy him, you know? And I thought that was really cool. And it kind of reminds me of the last story as well. You know what I mean? Where it's just about the mind. And I fucking love that. Okay, and then the next one, the third one, is KKK Comeuppance. And, you know, this one I think was along with, well, I guess they're all kind of like that. But this one, since it has like dolls that come to life, which by the way, like still looks really fucking good. Like those special effects or however they made those dolls move. Jeez, dude, I was watching it and I was like, oh my god, this is still really good. You know, it's like when you watch like The Nightmare Before Christmas and you're just like, well, like, it still holds up. It was exactly the same. What is that stop motion animation again? Very good. So good. But anyway, yeah, this one was entertaining, and I think this one was also pretty satisfying. You know what I mean? So although it was pretty satisfying, at the same time I couldn't help but feel that it was a little unfair and unjust for these little dolls to go over this guy that really didn't have anything to do with their deaths. I guess the fact that he didn't give a shit, that they went through so much. So I understand that part, right? And at the same time, like, their souls, okay, if these are the souls of these people that were also unjustly hung and burned and all this terrible, just murdered. So anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is it makes sense in the way of saying, like, if this person still feels the same way, is still okay with making racist jokes in a home that is just, that has that past, you know what I mean? He has no sensitivity to it, no empathy to these people that actually died, and they're gonna come back and just fucking eat him, you know, and be ravenous about it, and just like, even though they're like little dolls, right? But it's like an eye for an eye, right? Kind of, but not really, right? I don't know. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up now because I feel like that's a whole can of worms. It's just never ending, you know? So let's just go to the next one. Okay, and then the fourth story, my favorite, actually. Hardcore convert. And you know what? I'm sorry. I had a soft spot in my heart for Jerome. Probably like halfway through, once he's in jail and he has like this very tough exterior, you know what I mean? And then when they finally put him in these tests, you know what I mean? Okay, first, let's talk about him being next to this dude. I don't know why I'm smiling. I loved the idea of it. Him being next to this like white supremacist, you know, once he's gonna get the testing done, and realizing that he has more in common with him than he would like to admit. Dude, oh my god, I couldn't. I'm sorry. Just fucking awesome. I loved it. I thought it was great. Not in a sick way, but in like a yes, like that's what you need. Like, you need to open your eyes, you know? But when he is in the sensory deprivation tank or room, like, all these dead people start coming for him, and you're just like, yes, you know, now you have to think. Now you have to realize and think and face all these things that live in your head, you know? Now that you have a minute to, like, sit down and really think about it. And then when he's fighting so hard against it still, and he's still saying like, what about me? What about my life? And it's kind of sad, you know what I mean? It's very sad. And even when he sees a little girl that passed away, who just happened to be, you know, just like a casualty of one of his drive-bys or whatever, it's just, he still doesn't go for it, you know? He's still like, well, you just happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. And it seems kind of heartless, but it also makes me wonder, like, what the fuck happened to you, bro? Where were your parents? You know, like, what did they... And, like, I get it, and I understand, because, fuck, it's usually a cycle, right? And, yeah, I mean, I ended up feeling really bad for him, and I kind of hoped that he would succumb to the treatment and change, and he couldn't. And then it turns out that it wasn't even real, and he just fucking died. So I really liked that one, even though it was a little off the rails, you know what I mean? It was a little crazy, because I was wondering, like, why are all these assistants in this place dressed like that, you know what I mean? And they also had him in this little underwear and chains, like he was like on a fucking slave boat or something, right? And I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose. Like, so it was something else, and I really liked that one. And then the ending, when we realize that these three guys are dead, okay, and I think it's so funny because you realize and you see that they've like killed people before, but then they're in a mortuary and like one or two of them are like, I don't like being around dead people. I don't like this dead people business. You know what I mean? And you're just like, excuse me? What? Like, what? So, I mean, I don't know. I thought the whole thing was great. I would watch it again. So, yeah, horrifying for sure. Scary, yes. But also fucking well done, dude. I really liked it. And yeah.